Much Podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, pretty people! Welcome back to the Pretty Much Podcast. We're your hosts, Kaylee
and Nat, and today we're going to be talking about luck in the spirit of St. Patrick's Day coming up. You can see we're both wearing green.
We're wearing green. I'm borrowing Nat's top.
Representing,
yes.
And we're going to talk a little bit about luck and like what it really means to like be a lucky person and being an unlucky person and how that kind of like ties into each other.
And also probably how you have to outwork our little frenemy called Lady Luck.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but Lady Luck is not your friend. She's fake. She's a bad influence.
And you can't rely on her.
She won't write your recommendation letter.
No, she won't. She won't.
She's a bad influence.
She's a toxic friend.
Yeah.
She's a hoe.
well, yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to ask, do you like just in general like consider yourself a lucky person?
I would say I'm blessed. Definitely when I was younger, I would say I was an unlucky person. I have so many stories from when I was younger, we were vibing, guys, but sometimes it did not go my way at all. Like, it didn't help that I was, like, an ugly kid, so, like, people would, like, fake flirt with me.
Yeah, that happened to me, too.
And then, like, what other things, like, do all kids just, like, accidentally poop themselves a lot or something?
That didn't happen to me.
Okay, yeah, no, me neither.
No, I have to say, though, this is embarrassing, but as long as we're putting it out there, I remember, like, in middle school, me and, like, my best friend would make each other laugh so hard, so consistently that we would pee our pants almost every time.
I've done that. I think I did that 2 years in a row, and the same person made me laugh so hard at the county fair that I peed myself.
Oh, I'm talking like multiple times a week.
No way.
It was ridiculous. For like a good.
How old were you?
We were like 12. Like too old.
I was like 14, 15. Too old for that, but also
it happens.
Enjoy your youth, I would say.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Piss your pants.
If you need to chuckle.
But anyways, yeah, I don't know if I would say I used to consider myself an unlucky person, but then like, I feel like as I got older, I kind of started thinking about like, okay, like what really is luck and like what's just circumstance? Because like, I feel like I'm very lucky to like have been born in the position that I've been born. Like I was like, I went to like a good high school,
right?
And like I'm grateful for my parents and my family, and I would say that's luck because that's not really something that you can control.
When I think about it, I'm like, not that you should compare, but when you're talking about luck, think about where we go to school. Like we go to like a pretty good music school, and it's hard to like not look around and be like, oh my gosh, they were like raised with like all these opportunities. No wonder they're so good.
Yeah.
So that I would say is kind of luck, but we're all at the same point now, you know what I mean? So how do you outwork like Lady Luck? And like not everyone has the same opportunities, but how do you like get yourself to a point where you can level up, you know what I mean? So
I think like a part of that is though like you might not have like the same opportunities as the person next to you, but at the same time, at some point you do have to stop pitying yourself and actually get there.
Right.
Because otherwise you're just going to be stuck in the same place. And like, obviously like I'm coming from a very like fortunate perspective, but also like, again, like, yeah, at Berkeley, for example, there are definitely people where like, you hear the term like, oh, like, she was just born with it.
Right.
Like, she was born with that talent.
Or born with those, like, opportunities or something like that. Actually, I have a crazy story. I was in class yesterday, and my songwriting teacher had worked with Amy Allen. Do you know who that is? Yeah. 2-time Grammy Award winner. So she's like one of my favorite songwriters. And I was like, obviously like leaning in, like, tell me more. I love this girl so much. And he was talking about how she came from money and like he had the opportunity to play guitar for her and like spend time at her beach home or whatever, like things like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, but something like, even though she came from a lot of money and everything like that, no one worked harder than her. Like, she was the hardest working person in the room, and she earned everything that came to her.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think it's a mix, like,
Shout out Amy Allen.
Amy Allen.
Maybe she'll watch this.
Maybe we can write together. That's a long shot.
Yeah. Well, maybe luck will be on your side.
Right.
Who knows?
No, but as much, like, a lot of good things come to people. Like, maybe they'll get an email from a company that they have been wanting to work with. Something like that. But they had to work to get to that point.
Exactly.
To get noticed.
Yeah.
But sometimes you do get noticed just by being lucky.
Yeah, like, I would say, like, yeah, I feel like the difference between, like, luck and circumstance, like, circumstance, like, might just be, like, okay, well, for example, your parents kind of shaped, like, part of the trajectory of your life, because they shaped exactly where it started.
Right.
Whether, like, they're still in your life or not, that's kind of how you, like, came to be. So I feel like that's kind of, like, a thing of circumstance, but then also, like, let's say that, you know, you moved from a place with not so much opportunity to a place with opportunity. I would say, like, again, I don't know how much of that is luck. Like, I feel like the word luck is overused a lot.
Right. And for me, I feel like...
Or, like, people say, like, oh, you're so lucky that you got into, like, Berkeley. And it's like...
Right.
It, like, definitely wasn't just luck. Like, it was
you had to
also,
work a little bit.
You kind of have to, like, do things yourself and work to get there.
Right.
So.
And some people, like, have those opportunities to, like, proper instruction from a young age. Like, I know crazy piano players and guitarists, and I'm like, oh, if only I had been born into that. Like,
exactly.
Like, Nepo babies, you know what I mean? Like, they're low-key kind of lucky.
Yeah.
But they also had to work to get to the point where we're at.
I know, like, also, like, you'll meet people all the time at Berkeley that, like, have been, like, studying their instrument since they were literally 2 years old.
Right.
And it's kind of crazy because I'm just like, oh, Mom, like,
right.
Why didn't you get me into singing earlier? But it's also just like, okay, but she got me into other things.
Right.
And I wouldn't be good at those things if it wasn't for that. So
right.
It's like, you know, like, you can't really blame it so much on luck all the time.
Right. Like, we focus on artist identity a lot, and I feel like your background kind of does play a lot into that.
Yeah.
Like, you're a very confident person, so you're gonna have so many people who want to come to your shows. Like, that's something that your background helped you with, and, like, your personality, like, that's just you being you. Or, like, things like, right. But, like, all these things, like, are gonna benefit us at some point.
Yeah.
But, like, artist identity and branding, you might have to do a deep dive into it. Like, a lot of artists didn't become popular until they found out who they were. Like, Sabrina Carpenter, for example, like, she wasn't, I mean, she's always been big, but, like, think about her from Thumbs to, like, making Please, Please, Please or Espresso.
Yeah.
Like, totally different person.
Exactly.
And now she's, like, one of the most famous artists of her time.
Yeah.
So you do have to kind of do the research and find out who you want to be known as. That's part of the work. That's not luck.
I think something I was thinking about too is, like, I was thinking about, like, Olivia Dean with, like, the Best New Artist award. She's been in the music industry for over a decade. She's a new artist to us. She's not the new artist, though.
Right.
Like, she has been working all of that time to get where she is now, and that's not luck.
Yeah.
That's sheer work and, like, resilience and perseverance. But that's not something that we see, because it's like, okay, well, I didn't know who she was until last year, so must be, you know, Because that does happen for some people.
Right.
They get into the industry and then a few months later they blow up and it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'll blow up at like 13, like Justin Bieber or Billie Eilish.
Right.
And it's like...
Any Disney Channel star.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, it's just kind of crazy, but just because like somebody's on your radar now doesn't mean that, you know, they haven't been putting in the work to get there.
Exactly.
And I think that's... Hey, so we had a little bit of disruption outside my room. I don't know how the cut's gonna be, but we're just gonna move on to the next topic.
Get into it.
I just wanted to ask, how do you not rely on luck?
This is a really good question because, you know, I am from the Midwest and not like, I'm from Ohio, but I'm not from like a major city.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a lot of opportunity where I'm from. So, but what I did come from is like a musical theater background.
Yeah.
And I had to work into that. Like over COVID, I just spent all my time watching musicals, doing karaoke with Clark on stage.
I was gonna say, I love Clark on stage.
Like Sing King. Like I was putting in the work to become a better singer and like focus on my craft. But I wasn't getting singing lessons at the time. I hadn't taken piano lessons since I was like, I ended at 7 years old. Like I played for 2 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I didn't have a lot of technical skill yet, but when I got to high school, I really focused on choir and musicals again. Like I really put in work outside of class, and so when I got to class, I was a really good sight reader, prepared, and like the talent was developed into a skill. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like maybe I was, you know, I've never been tone deaf, but some people are tone deaf and they have to work to become a singer. But for me, like, I just didn't have a lot of opportunities to perform unless I was in school.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got to Berkeley in Boston, I was like, oh, like I'm used to like wearing like a headset type mic or like a mic that tapes to your face, and now I have to like know what to do with one hand and like work on my performance techniques and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, just like, but I was hard on myself because I want to be one of those artists who can like sit down at a piano and just like play something beautiful. But when I moved to the country, like I didn't really take piano lessons anymore. Like I didn't really have time for that. Or guitar, like that wasn't a thing I was thinking about in high school. Like I just had never really considered that because I didn't know I wanted to be a songwriter for sure until my senior year. So if I could go back in time and change all of that, I don't think I would. Yeah. Because even though I have to work harder now, I think it's just not a bad thing. Like it's what makes me me.
It's also valuable to like work hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of like what shapes you into like your person.
Right.
And I think like I like kind of agree. When I realized that I wanted to do music, I was like, okay, let me go all in on what I have, which is high school. So I kind of like got back into theater, and then I started like, I was, you know, like in choir all 4 years. I did chamber singers, whatever, tri-am, if you know what that is. Deep pull. And, you know, I did all the things that I could do, but also I don't play an instrument, and I didn't really know people that like were willing to like go out and gig, and so I never really like had the opportunity to like perform outside of high school. And you know, in my tiny little high school, I was very supported because people are like, whoa, like music girl, like you know, like, and like it was a very small community, but it was also a very like kind and supportive community, and I felt very lucky in that. But then I get to Berkeley, I have no idea how to perform. I don't know how to. I've never been a solo performer until like until recently, which is like just a big shift because I went from like choir to like singing a solo for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then going right back up to the group. You know what I mean? So being like, okay, well now you're just on your own, and there's going to be a band behind you, and they're going to be supporting you, but you're the main focus. You're who people are looking at. And that was super freaky, and then all of a sudden, like, I mean, there's a guy here, Mr. Lady Gaga.
Right, yes.
And he's an incredible performer.
So
incredible. Good. Like, I haven't seen performances like his, like, very often at all. And he has something very, very special. And I had the opportunity to talk to him the other day, and I was like, wow, like, you are just incredible. Like, I just, like, want to know your story. I want to know how you got there. Because that's my goal. I want to get to where he is. And he was like, well, honestly, like, back where I'm from, like, I didn't have the opportunity to, like, put myself out there like that because it was just very, like, frowned upon. And
right.
He was like, I started performing last semester. And he had such a big, like, growth spike in just, like...
He's amazing.
Yeah,
He's amazing.
And really just, you know, like, one semester. But if I didn't have that conversation with him, I would have been like, oh, well, that's just luck.
Right.
You know, like, he had the opportunity to learn beforehand. And now he's here, and he's doing all these great things, but, you know, like... It's
I will say, like, if there are any younger people watching this, if you have even just, like, the slightest dream inside of you that you know you want deep down, but you keep thinking, like, maybe I'll do this instead as a career or this. Like, that's what I've done my whole life, but ever since I was, like, 5 years old, I've been writing songs. But that was, like, the dream. I was like, that's what I'm going to do, but... that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? In a small town, like, people are kind of talking down upon you and things like that. Like, making fun of you for going out and posting online. Like, posting singing videos, stuff like that. It's hard. Yeah. But I'll say to anyone younger out there watching this, don't let shame or conversations from other people stop you from working and posting and putting in effort into following your dream. Because if I had, like, put in all that work, I would have been so much further. Like, just if I hadn't listened to people, or if I hadn't listened to the inner voices telling me, like, oh, don't practice guitar, like, it's gonna take so much time, and, like, you have other things to worry about. Girl, all I had to do was pass my classes in high school, like, but, like, even conversations like that, going to an academic high school or, like, an agricultural community, like, we were focused on schoolwork. People weren't really focused on, like, following dreams. That wasn't a thing. That wasn't a conversation yet.
Yeah.
Like, get your work done.
With that, though, like, on the opposite side of the spectrum, if you're in a position where you feel like you're too old to start your dreams, you're wrong. Like,
yes.
There's just no other way to put it. Like, you're just wrong. Like, my mom, for example, she started writing a book about my great grandma and, like, her whole life experience, because she has an incredible story. She started writing a few years ago, and she's in her 50s, and it's not too late to just start. And just, she wanted to write her story, and she was like, you know what, like, I have the time, let me just start now.
And another thing is that you can learn these things on your own. By the way, like, if I wanted to, I could have learned guitar by watching YouTube videos. I had a phone.
That's how I learned how to sing. Like, I didn't do voice lessons until I got to Berklee, and I got into Berklee, so I knew something, but I had YouTube and choir on my side, and if you know anything about voice, choir and, like, solo singing just has nothing to do with each other. And so it's like, just get on YouTube, practice, look up little, like, warm-up exercises, whatever it is. Like, the tiniest bit of guitar and piano that I know, I've learned online.
And that's still good advice for me nowadays, because I'm trying to learn how to produce music for myself. YouTube, and everyone tells me, just do it on your own time, and you'll, like, look up videos if you want to learn how to do something. Like, you don't need a tutor or private instruction to figure things out. Like, you can be independent in these things. But also, I'll say, like, growing up, I think the reason, like, it was so hard to realize, like, I could be, like, an artist was because all the people who were becoming famous and big were Disney Channel stars.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that's how I knew I wanted to be an artist, because everyone was releasing songs. Like, all the characters were musicians for some reason at that time. Like, Austin and Ally, Liv and Maddie, like, people were songwriting, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. And I was like, okay, that's what I want to do. But at the same time, like, they were the people starring in music videos that Disney Channel would post, and, like, I didn't really see any up-and-coming artists until they started posting, like Next Big Thing, NBT. Do you remember that? Like, Charlie Puth was on that. Berkeley alum.
I know.
Love him. Like, a bunch of cool people were on that, and I'm just, like, wondering, like, about their backgrounds and things like that. But, like, you didn't really see it a lot.
Yeah.
To be fair. Like, I didn't see anyone like me step into the light, like, spotlight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you're looking for yourself, like, you know, in the media, but sometimes you're just not going to find it.
Except maybe Justin Bieber, but he was a prodigy. He was literally a prodigy. Like, no one can compete with 13-year-old JB. Let's be so for real.
I think, like, with that, though, like, comes also the topic of, like, both gender and race, and just, like, identity in that sense, because, girl, have I ever seen a Sri Lankan, like, pop star in the media?
Yeah.
Maybe MIA, you know, she's a Sri Lankan refugee, nobody knows that, but she is. Miss Paper Planes.
Love that. Yeah.
But it's like, I didn't see that, and so I was just kind of like, oh, well, okay, like, maybe that's, like, not the right path for me. Not saying that I want to be a pop star, because I definitely don't want that for myself, but it's like, if that is something that you want, that's something you can do. Like, I didn't really see... I remember I had this conversation with one of my high school teachers. I literally love her to death. And we were having a conversation, and I was, like, telling her, like, yeah, like, I really, you know, want to get into music, and this is when I was kind of thinking about applying to Berkeley, but I wasn't really sure if it was, like, the right choice for me. And she was asking me, like, what genres do you sing? And I was like, oh, well, I'm kind of getting into, like, R&B, soul, but I don't see any Asian faces in that genre. And she's like, well, why does that matter? And I was just like, it kind of took me a second. I was like, yeah, like, why did I say that? Like, why does that matter? Like, why can't I be one of the first? And it's not to say they aren't out there. It's just to say that they're not on your radar.
Yeah. Like,
I've met plenty here, so.
Breaking barriers. Exactly. Like, being here, like, opens you up in a way, because you're like, wow, so many people are, like, breaking barriers and doing exactly what I'm doing, and it's so beautiful. But I think social media is definitely helping me realize that opportunity exists within you and within having a community, and just, like, putting yourself out there, doing your research on what works and what doesn't work, to see what can trend, but it has to be, like, something that works with who you are. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to see you be fake. That's never gonna sell.
Nobody wants to see the same copy-paste.
Exactly.
Like, you do need to have, like, your own individuality and, like, your craft and what you want to do.
So I think just, like, working for what you want, discovering what works for you, and being genuine, that's how you're gonna beat Lady Luck in the game.
Okay, so also I wanted to talk a little bit about, like, how we've been unlucky, just to kind of lighten the mood, because we all have our stories, we all have our moments. I kind of just want to ask you.
You go first.
Okay. One that I thought of, and this is one that is really going to stick with me for the rest of my life, I think.
Oh my god.
And
that's how you know it's good.
This is truly this is truly just unlucky, and it has nothing to do with circumstance, with work, with anything. It's just I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh my gosh.
So, back in high school, I was dating this guy, and we had been going a few months, and, you know, it was getting kind of like
going steady.
It was going well, and
right.
and you know, and we didn't live super close, so, you know, like, our parents didn't really know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, he had come over to my house and he had met my parents and we had lunch together and it went so well. And then the following weekend I was supposed to go into the city to meet his mom, his dad, and then also his aunt and his baby cousin.
Okay, cool.
So I get to his house, I meet everybody, it's so lovely, and then I go into the city. This is like San Francisco.
I'm scared to see where this
San
goes.
Francisco during the holidays, which is like so magical.
It's just starting out so strong.
We all went ice skating together, and it was so great. We went to the Ghirardelli Square, if you've ever been there, and it was just so beautiful, so perfect. And they really liked me, and I was like, this is awesome.
Great start.
And so we're waiting to take a little trolley, and so we're just waiting on the corner, whatever, and we're standing over like an overhang. And you know, like we're just talking, whatever, and I guess I gestured like this with my hand, and as soon as I did that, a bird pooped into the palm of my hand. And I was just like, oh, like I just looked at my hand and I didn't know what to do, so it's just sitting in my palm. And then everybody stops their conversation and is now looking at my hand, which is literally dripping in bird shit.
Gross.
And I was like,
ew.
Oh my gosh, like what do I do? Like we're like I was like, is there like a cafe nearby where I can like, I don't know, get a napkin, wash my hands? Nothing. There's nothing nearby.
And bird poop sticks.
And it smells.
Yeah.
And mind you, this is the second time I've had a very similar experience.
I've actually had a couple bird poop.
Yeah.
Stories.
They were out to get us, I think. And basically, it ended up being fine. Maybe this is the lucky part of the story.
I'm pretty sure getting pooped on by a bird means good luck.
Oh, maybe it was lucky.
Maybe it was luck.
Like I said, his baby cousin was there, so his aunt had baby wipes.
Oh.
So, save the day.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. And then his mom kept being like, no, it's okay, I don't want you to hold that. And she kept trying to take the wipe with bird poop in it out of my hand. I was like, girl, I can't let you do that. Like,
that's so nice.
No, she was the sweetest, and it really, like, at the end of the day, it wasn't that bad because they were all so nice, and it's kind of like, okay, it happens. But I remember literally, like, when I was a kid, I was getting into the car and a bird pooped on my head as soon as, like, 1 foot in the car, and I was like,
oh my gosh.
Maybe I'm really lucky.
I got pooped on my way to class, and I was already late, and I had to, like, go in, like, to a cafe and, like, bite myself.
That happened to a girl in one of my classes last semester, too.
Wow.
All down her arm.
It was in Boston.
Yeah.
I went into a 939
last semester.
and just got a napkin.
Well, anyways, I want to hear about yours.
I also have a poop story.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Is the theme of this episode luck or poop?
I guess we'll never know, but
anyways, we're so childish.
Say poop ricks. Okay, so my story begins in elementary school, and if you don't know, I was a swimmer, and I had been swimming a very long time. So basically, I was being taken home, my sister and I were being taken home by our friend's mom, and something that swimmers do is, like, they eat a bunch of granola bars.
Yeah.
Because you swam too in high school. Okay, yeah. Like, granola bars, because, like, protein and everything like that. Like,
I'm stuck in that habit. You saw me eating one earlier today.
right. Yeah. But, like, my mom called them swim bars, okay? So I was getting driven home, and her mom asked if we wanted swim bars. And we were like, my sister was like, no, I'm okay. Like, I'm not hungry right now. And I was like, low-key, like, I'm whooped and I'm hungry and I'm gonna have to do homework after that, so yes, girl. I eat one. Oh my gosh, it's like fudge brownie, and I love chocolate. And it was so good. Like, everything was just so magical about that, and I was like, oh, girl, like, if you offer me another, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do with myself.
Right.
Like, I won't be able to control myself. Yes. And she goes, Kaylee, do you want another? And I'm like, stop.
Of course.
Pause. What did you just ask me? Like, yes, put me in, coach. Give me that. Like, need that.
Right.
Hashtag need that.
Right.
So I ate like 2 of those things, and they were fabulous. Like, we'll never get over those. And then I get home, everything's looking good. Next day, I have to go to school. I had to wear school uniforms in elementary because when I was in elementary school before I moved, I went to a private school. So I wore like khaki pants, like polo tops, like the whole
The fit.
the fit, the ugly fit. And so I pulled up to school and they're like, it's field day. And I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know our school did that.
Yeah.
First of all, I was so excited because like you just hear about that in Disney Channel and like everything, like the books. I'm like, we're having field day. Like,
field day was so fun.
I have been asking about field day like forever. Like I didn't know like we actually did that. I don't remember this at all. And like I never missed school or anything, so I was like, is this our first field day? So I went to school and we went outside and something wasn't feeling right, guys. Something wasn't stirring up right in my body.
I'm so concerned right now. I feel like I know where this is gonna go and I don't like it.
So we had to do this activity, right? And I was like, oh shoot, I'm about to put my pants right now. And my khaki pants, by the way, my tan khaki pants.
Light pants.
Light pants. And I'm like, I can't run. I can't do this activity. And I just feel something like come down like my pants. And I'm like, oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this. So I'm literally pooping myself. And I like go up to one of the high school helpers and I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. And I was a shy kid, like believe it or not, I was really shy in elementary school. And so I think I went up to either her or my like gym teacher or someone, and then like she brought me to the bathroom. So I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And maybe they were trying to like get a group together or something, but I was like, I need to go to the bathroom now.
Like, girl, I pooped myself.
Because you know elementary kids, like they'll be like, I need to go to the potty.
Yeah.
Like, you can hold it. Like, for real. So she took me.
Not one of those situations.
And I was having full-blown diarrhea, like my pants, like something exploded in them. And like, I can just only imagine what her face looked like, because I was blowing it up. I was like,
I love that we're putting this on the internet.
It's a great story. But I want to know what her face, did she have to walk out of the bathroom? Like,
She was probably losing her mind.
she was like probably texting her friend like, I'm not gonna believe this right
Because
now.
I remember when I was high school, if that happened to me, I would have lost it.
I would have tried not to laugh. Honestly, I probably would have felt bad. Like, do you need anything?
I would have felt bad, but also I would have been like, that's unfortunate.
But I had to stay in there a very long time. Like, I knew I needed to get back outside or else they'd be like, what is taking her so long? And, like, I didn't want to get in trouble. Like, what if field day was about to end and then, like, you know, I wouldn't make it to my next class. But, yeah, I had to wipe down. That was the most humiliating thing. Come to find out, those brownies, like those granola bars that I ate, they were fiber bars.
Fiber bars, yeah.
Yes, and I ate one too many of them. Yeah, but yeah, that's my unlucky story. I hope that brought a smile
to your face. Maybe a cringe, who knows?
Sorry. What was that? You hear that? Oh, it's the Pretty Much Hotline, where we ask you guys questions and then you answer them.
Pretty much how this works is we ask questions on our Instagram story at Pretty Much Podcast, and you guys answer them, tell us your stories, and then I share them with Kaylee in live time because she hasn't seen any of these before.
Yes, I'm excited.
So, this week's question was, what was an unlucky moment that you just cannot get out of your head? I picked a couple. One of them was, one time I was judging a little girl's audition and I accidentally laughed.
Oh my gosh.
Which is, like, awful. If you have ever auditioned for anything in your life, like, it's truly awful.
I would have played it off as a cough.
It's like, there's not much you can do. Like, if it's a laugh, it's a laugh. But it's also like, I also understand where she's coming from, because sometimes it's tough.
It's tough. But I like want to be a director someday, like, or do something like community theater, children's theater.
So you have to lock in.
I have to lock in. Good to know.
Here's another one. When I was 5, my parents got me a puppy for my birthday, which was actually so exciting to me because it's literally all I had asked them for. As soon as I laid eyes on him, I was so excited that I had to pick him up and give him a hug. Since he was pretty big and I was pretty small, it didn't really work out that way. Instead, what happened was I squeezed his stomach and he peed. Lots of fluids in this podcast today. Down my entire leg. I would have loved for the story to end here. Me too, honestly. But to be honest, the first meeting was pretty indicative of his future behavior. Throughout his life, he ate fireworks, chewed a hole through our wall, and ate entire loaves of bread, including the bag that he stole from the countertop. Definitely unlucky, but he made for so many funny stories.
That was actually my sister.
So you know that all too well.
He also ate rocks, by the way. His name was Jess. He was a black lab.
Should have named him Rocky.
Will be missed. He was a fun guy.
He ate fireworks and he still made it through, so
yeah.
That's...
He would have loved Las Fallas.
He would have loved Fallas.
He would have loved.
And then the last one is when I got someone's hair stuck in my braces.
Ew, how does that happen?
I don't know.
It's like getting your hair stuck in a chair. Like,
maybe it's like you're giving him a hug and then it's just like, oh. No.
One time I was in the airport and a lady got her like bag stuck in my bag and I was like, is she taking my stuff? But she wasn't. But I can't imagine getting my hair stuck in someone's braces.
Yeah, that's
or
awful.
Someone getting their hair stuck in mine.
No,
it's just
either
like,
way, it's uncomfortable.
Because how are you gonna be like, sorry?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, well, anyways,
Yeah.
I feel like this is a good place to wrap up this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah.
We hope Lady Luck is a good force in your life, but I hope she doesn't take credit for your work because Lady Luck is a bleep.
Pretty much.
It's time to get going with the Pretty Much podcast.
Yeah,
pretty much.